Question number 3. Feedback needed building online assets versus a digital agency. And it's a long post, so we'll link it in the description below. But to give you some context, the guy has a job and he is looking to build a business on the side that hopefully grows into his full-time income. He's trying to decide if he should build an agency or if he should like a service business or if he should build digital products and sell those digital products. What advice do we have for him?
Well, both of those are options, and I like that you're thinking through kind of the pros and cons of each one. I hope you are. The math on digital products probably works out, as you wrote, a little better in the short term than an agency. Mm-hmm. And building an agency is more difficult because you're dealing directly with human clients who can, if they so choose, decide not to pay you. Mm-hmm. Mostly with digital assets, I'm assuming you're meaning ebooks, courses, that sort of thing. You're going to get people to pay you up front, and then if they don't like it, they may write a bad review, but they can't really get their money back. Mm-hmm. So either way is possible. I think you need to sit down and have a good talk with yourself and decide how you want to spend the next 5-10 years of your life. Do you want to be known as guy who runs a successful agency, or do you want to be known as guy who produces helpful online marketing tools and instructional courses, that sort of thing?
Yeah. So I'll say it this way. How many people can you list off the top of your head who have sold digital products for longer than 10 years? Because I can think of Ty Lopez, he hasn't even been around 10 years, Frank Kern.
You got me. It's going to be a while.
So
know me.
Yeah, and so I actually would I would say both. When you have a job, you can't really run a service business because unless you're taking phone calls, fielding client concerns, things of that nature at your job, which will get you fired, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the bandwidth to do that unless you do what I did, which is work with people outside of the U.S. When I first started working in marketing and advertising, the agencies I worked for were in Australia and New Zealand. And I didn't sleep because they were 19 hours ahead and 12 hours ahead. And it worked for me to build up my skills, but I lost a lot of sleep. I lost a lot of personal time because that was a decision and a commitment I made. I would encourage you, if you have a skill that you can put into a product and sell it, use that, build up cash flow to allow you to give you an egg to start an agency, quit your job, and then start the agency. And it's a short-term tactic to build to a longer-term strategy, which is building a sustainable business that isn't going to crumble if your skill is commoditized. Because there's always someone willing to sell information. Information is a commodity. And there's always going to be someone willing to sell information, the same information, for less. So what's going to distinguish you is your personality, is the way that people feel about you. Your brand, your personal brand is what's going to distinguish you. And building a personal brand is not for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, and I recommend you do get some sleep. Probably don't take the work on 2 continents thing.
No, do it.
Don't take it too seriously.
Do it. Crush it.
Okay, but I think that
everybody needs sleep.
What John says is very important to note, that it doesn't have to be an either-or proposition here, that you can look at the easier to start content creation side of things as a way to build what you mentioned, your personal brand, because agency work is a very personal selling business. Mm-hmm. People it's in the beginning anyway, it's just you. People trust you, and if they don't know you, they can't trust you. Yep. Trust is the accrual of confidence. So you need to accrue some confidence, and you can do that by distinguishing yourself as a creator of content that people know and trust. And from that brand, you can then say, oh, not only do I create these wonderful content things, I'm also available for consulting or agency work.
Yep.
However you want to term it. I think that's actually
taking on personal clients, one-on-one clients.
Yes.
Yep.
You can sell it as, I've had this knowledge, I've sold it in this way, now I want to open this new channel of my existing business you already know and trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I think that from a course creation standpoint, you've got to understand, and this is just to wrap it up, and this is kind of like my plea to people who are creating online programs. Understand that, number one, if you're faking the results that you've created for someone else and putting that into, or if you're taking someone's content, disseminating it and putting your voice and brand on it, do something different. Or if you're doing that, understand that the reason people are going to buy from you is because you, not the content that you provide. Content is great. It's a pillar. You have to have great content. But what distinguishes you from everyone else selling courses is how you personally engage and interact. So build a community, nurture that community. If you're going to do that, do it the right way is my plea to you.